12 Agile Principles. The first principle, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software or product increments. That means we are no more believing in final big bang releases. We want to continuously deliver the increment of the product to the customer. The principle number 2, we welcome changing requirements. We welcome changing requirements even late in the development. Agile processes harness change for the customer's competitive advantage. That means if a change is required, if it is mandatory, we are okay with it even late in the development process. We deliver working product frequently. Deliver working product frequently from a couple of weeks to a couple of months with a preference for the shorter time scales. So we already discussed this, so we don't believe in final big bang releases. So here we are talking about delivering something in a cycle of maximum 30 days or any iteration which is lesser than 30 days. Maximum is 30 days. We believe in collaborative work where business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. When I say business people, it is the guys who own the requirements of the product, and the developers, they should work hand in hand throughout the project. Then motivated team. Build projects around motivated individuals. Give them the environment and support they need and trust them to get the job done. Principle number 6, face-to-face conversation. The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. Now, even when we work from home, whenever there is a meeting, it is advisable to have the cameras on, and people must be able to see their faces. People should be able to see each other whenever there is a discussion or a meeting. Working product. Working product is the primary measure of progress, not the status reports. Constant pace. Agile processes promote sustainable development. The sponsors, the developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. So here we are advocating 8-hour working days. After 8 hours of rigorous work, the team members should be able to relax and then come back the next day and again work for 8 hours. We are not talking, we don't want heroism, we don't want people to work for 15 hours one day and the next day work only 5 hours. Kind of situations are not promoted here. Here we are talking about stable development where people consistently deliver day after day. And technical excellence. Continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. So without a good design, we can only talk about agility. Now, earlier we discussed about incorporating change. So if the design is not flexible, incorporation of change will become very, very difficult. So agility will be lost. So there is no substitute for technical excellence. Simplicity is the art of maximizing the amount of unwanted work not done. That is very, very important. So even while prioritizing the features, we should look for those features which really adds value. At the same time, we should be looking for those features which doesn't add any value, and collectively we should decide not to incorporate those things into the final product. And this is applicable for processes as well, and this is applicable for documentation as well. Everything that is adding value to the product we will do, whereas whatever is not adding value we will refuse to do that. That is the intent of this principle. So we always look for simplicity, simple design, simple documentation, simple user interface, which adds value to the product. Self-organizing team is the core of all agile practices. The best architectures, requirements, and designs emerge from self-organizing teams. So in the predictive styles, it was more of a command and control styles, whereas in almost all true agile teams, what is promoted is self-organizing teams, where the team will decide how to do their work, how to sequence it. When I say team, it includes the product owner, the development team, and the manager or supervisor. So all these people put together is the team. So the best architectures, requirements, and designs emerge from self-organizing teams. And retrospectives, that's the final principle. At regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. So at the end of every iteration, there is a retrospective meeting where they discuss about what all things they did right and what all things can be improved further, and that learning is incorporated into the subsequent sprint. Whereas in the predictive styles, we do retrospective meetings, but then the findings are recorded to be used in the future projects. Whereas here, because of these iterations, learning from iteration 1 can be used in iteration 2, and the learnings from iteration 1 and 2 can be used by the iteration 3. So that is an advantage of shorter cycles of development. Here when we talk about retrospectives, it is serious retrospective meetings. Otherwise, sometimes the same problem will get repeated sprint after sprint or iteration after iteration. So that is the intensity of these retrospectives are very high when it comes to agile. Otherwise, the problem will get carried forward sprint after sprint. So these are the 12 agile principles, and the agile work environment should be based on these principles. Otherwise, you will not get the real benefits of implementing agile. Thank you very much. If you want, this video is from PMRI.in, and this is recorded as part of the PMdistilled PMP training program, and you'll get more information about the PMdistilled project management course at PMRI.in. And thank you very much for listening to this video. Thank you.